This is a dated visual catalog of Magic, the Gathering Star Trek cards. As of 2026-08-15, Scryfall shows 178 imaged printings across T, R, K, TRC, stardates, and TTRK. Those printings resolve to 133 distinct Oracle identities. Each identity is explained once, while every attached printing is shown. The catalog may expand as new cards are revealed. The main set opens in white with exile, counters, life gain, and creature support. These first 8 dossiers establish that defensive and cooperative rules package. 70,000 light-years from home is an uncommon sorcery. Exile target creature or spacecraft. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into their hand, then shuffle. Brad Boimler, Eager Ensign, is an uncommon legendary creature, human officer. Lifelink. Whenever Brad Boimler becomes tapped, until end of turn, if one or more counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many plus one of each of those kinds of counters are put on that permanent instead. Command Decision is a common sorcery. Choose one. Option 1, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Option 2, draw a card. DOT-7 Repair Squad is a common flying robot. Pay 1 generic and 1 white mana to untap a creature, only as a sorcery and only once each turn. Dr. Beverly Crusher is a mythic legendary creature, human doctor. If you gaining life causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Dr. Crusher. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Emergency Medical Hologram is a common artifact creature, Illusion Doctor. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You gain 1 life. Federation Field Medic is a common creature, Human Doctor, Vigilance. When this creature enters, choose one. Option 1, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains Vigilance until end of turn. Option 2, draw a card if you control a permanent with a counter on it. Freeborg Revolutionaries is a common artifact creature, Borg Rebel. When this creature enters, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Basic Land Cycling 2. The next group finishes White's combat tools, then crosses into blue with flash, card selection, and flexible interaction. Malfunctioning Holodeck is a common artifact. Ward 2. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this artifact leaves the battlefield. Picard, leading by example, is an uncommon legendary officer. Pay 1 generic and tap him at sorcery speed to give another creature +X/+X, where X is Picard's power. Savic, Stoic Student, is an uncommon legendary creature, Vulcan Advisor. Flash. Federation, when Savic enters, she deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of creature types among non-Borg creatures you control. Set Facers 2 is a common instant. Choose one. Option 1, stun, tap target creature and put a stun counter on it. Option 2, kill. This spell deals 3 damage to target attacking creature. Shields Up is a common instant. Target artifact or creature you control gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. If it's a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Shuttle Ace is a common creature, Kelpian Pilot. During your turn, this creature has flying. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you gain 2 life. Tactical Officer is a common creature, Human Officer. Whenever you attack while creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Untap it. Cloistered Telepath is a common creature, Talosian Advisor. Flash. When this creature enters, draw a card, then discard a card. Consider the Prime Directive is a common instant. Choose one. Option 1, interfere, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Option 2, observe, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. Draw a card. Dominion Saboteur is an uncommon creature, Shapeshifter. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it isn't legendary. If you do, it enters with additional counters on it equal to the same number and kinds of counters the copied permanent has on it. Blue continues with counter spells, copying, hand information, stun effects, and recursion through Beam Me Up. Federation Probe is a common artifact creature construct, flying. When this creature enters, choose one. Option 1, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Option 2, Surveil 1. Guidance Failure is a common instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets an attacking creature. Target creature or spacecraft's owner puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. Highly Illogical is an uncommon instant. It counters a spell with mana value 2 or less. Pay 1 generic and 1 blue as kicker, and it can counter any spell instead. Hoshisato, Exolinguist, is an uncommon legendary creature, human scientist. Federation. When Hoshisato enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creature types among non-Borg creatures you control. Put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Humpback Whales is a common creature. Whale, Vigilance, Ward 2. Basic Land Cycling 2. Marooned is a common enchantment aura, enchant artifact or creature. When this aura enters, you may pay 3. If you do, tap Enchanted Permanent. Enchanted Permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step and can't be beamed up. Open Communications is a common sorcery that draws a card. Beam Me Up lets you cast it from your graveyard for 2 generic and 1 blue by returning a creature you control to its owner's hand. Then exile the spell. V'ger the Intruder is an uncommon legendary artifact creature construct. Flying. Whenever V'ger enters or attacks, choose one. Option 1, look at target opponent's hand, then draw a card. Option 2, creatures your opponents control get -1/-0 until your next turn. Black begins with artifact creatures, sacrifice outlets, creature death payoffs, and scalable Borg pressure. Assault Drone is a common artifact creature, Borg. Artifact creatures you control get +1/+0. Automated Warfare System is a common artifact creature, construct. Flying. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card. Batleth is an uncommon artifact, equipment. When this equipment enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip 2. Battle-Scarred Survivalist is a common creature, Klingon Scout. Menace. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. This ability triggers only once each turn. Chod-Ik Investigator is a common Klingon warrior. When it enters, create a 2/1 red Klingon warrior token with haste. Collective Drone is an uncommon artifact creature, Borg. Collective Drone's power is equal to the number of artifact creatures you control. Eject the Warp Core is a common instant. Kicker, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets -6/-6 until end of turn instead. General Chang, Cold Warrior, is a rare legendary creature, Klingon Warrior Officer. 1. Sacrifice a creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on each Klingon you control. This dossier includes all 5 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. The second black group adds removal, graveyard value, menace, modal recursion, and hand disruption. A Good Day to Die is a common instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, you draw a card. He's Dead Jim is a common instant. Destroy target creature. Surveil 1. Hive Mind Coprocessor is an uncommon artifact creature, Borg. Artifact creatures you control have. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card. In the Pale Moonlight is an uncommon saga. First, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Next, investigate. Finally, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature to create 2/2/2 black Romulan tokens. Organic Avulsion Unit is a common Borg artifact creature. Pay 2 generic mana to give every artifact creature you control menace until end of turn. Relentless Dreadnought is a common lifelink robot. From your graveyard, pay 2 generic and 1 black and exile it to draw a card and lose 1 life. Resistance is Futile is an uncommon sorcery. Choose 1. Option 1, destroy target non-artifact creature. Option 2, return target artifact creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Rogue artificial intelligence is a common artifact creature construct. When this creature enters, choose one. Option 1, you gain 3 life. Option 2, Surveil 2. Basic land cycling 2. Salt Vampire is a rare creature, vampire shapeshifter. Lifelink. When this creature enters, look at target opponent's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player exiles that card, then draws a card. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Red centers combat pressure, direct damage, card filtering, attack triggers, and total power 8 rewards. Beckett Mariner, Impetuous Ensign, is an uncommon legendary creature, human officer. First strike. Reckless behavior. Whenever Beckett Mariner becomes tapped, put a promotion counter on her. Then if there are 3 or more promotion counters on her, remove those counters and she deals 2 damage to each opponent. Cantankerous Captain is a common creature, Tellarite officer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Then that creature gains menace until end of turn if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. Captain James T. Kirk is a mythic legendary officer. On entry or attack, choose to loot, create a 1/1 red officer, or give your creatures +1/+0. With no cards in hand, choose 1 or more instead. This dossier includes all 4 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Captain's Tutelage is a common enchantment aura, flash, enchant creature. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0. Horda is a common creature, elemental, trample, basic land cycling 2. Con is an uncommon instant that deals twice X damage to a creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Lan Noonien Singh, Security is an uncommon legendary creature, human soldier. Whenever you attack while creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature can't block this turn. Munitions Enthusiast is an uncommon creature, Klingon warrior, trample. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Perils of the Past is a common instant. Choose one. Option 1, use the relic, target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. Option 2, destroy the relic, destroy target artifact. Planetary Patrol is a common creature, scout. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Plasma Cascade is a common instant. Plasma Cascade deals 3 damage to any target. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Reckless Impulse is a common sorcery. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Silicate Surveyor is a common creature, Tholian Scout. Reach. When this creature enters, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Green opens with Sagas, extra lands, +1/+1 counters, creature combat, and graveyard selection. Amok Time is an uncommon enchantment saga. Chapter 1, target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Chapter 2, you gain 3 life. Chapter 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Captain Catherine Janeway is a mythic legendary officer who gives you 1 additional land play each turn. When she or another creature you control enters, it explores. A revealed land goes to hand. Otherwise, that creature gets a +1/+1 counter, and you keep or mill the revealed card. This dossier includes all 5 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Cold-Blooded Crew is a common creature, Gorn warrior. When this creature enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Basic land cycling 2. Common Goal is a common sorcery. 1 or 2 target creatures you control each deal damage equal to their power to target creature an opponent controls. Dathon and Picard at Eladrel is a common instant. Choose one. Option 1, Temba, his arms wide, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Option 2, Shaka, when the walls fell, each opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact or enchantment of their choice. Dominion Supervisor is a common creature, Vorta Doctor. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Creatures you control with counters on them have trample. First Contact is a common instant. Mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. If this spell is the first spell you've cast this game, you gain 2 life. I'm a Doctor, Nada is a common instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Untap it. Until end of turn, it gets +1/+1 and becomes a Doctor. The remaining green cards reward landfall and creature growth before multicolor, and colorless threats broaden the catalog. Moopsie is a common beast with death touch. Pay 2 generic mana to give it reach until end of turn. Mugato is an uncommon creature, ape beast. Reach, vigilance, death touch. Saurian Explorer is a common dinosaur scout. Landfall gives it +2/+2 for the turn. Pay 6 generic at sorcery speed to create a tapped new planet token that taps for any color. Support mission is an uncommon enchantment. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. If this enchantment has 5 or more quest counters on it, instead put 2 +1/+1 counters on that creature. Syndicate Liquidators is an uncommon creature, Orion Pirate. Trample. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Xenobotanist is a common Vulcan scientist. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Zindi Surveyors is a common creature, Zindi Scientist. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. The City on the Edge of Forever is a rare saga. It phases out artifacts and creatures and makes a 0/1 human that locks them out. Then you draw 2 as everyone loses 2 life. Finally, sacrifice a creature token to gain 5 life. 7 of 9 is an uncommon legendary artifact creature. Whenever you face a dilemma by choosing 1 or more modes for a spell or ability, draw a card. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Crystalline Entity is a mythic artifact creature, elemental. Flying. When this creature enters, if you cast it, destroy all non-artifact creatures. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Technology takes focus with recursion and spacecraft stationing, followed by the first group of 2-color lands. Cybernetic Specialist is a common artifact creature that surveils 1 on entry. Pay 1 generic and tap it to put a target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. USS Enterprise D is a rare legendary spacecraft. Its first charge counter event each turn exiles your top card to play that turn. At sorcery speed, tap another creature to station counters equal to its power. At 7 counters, Enterprise becomes a flying, vigilant artifact creature. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Blood Crypt is a rare land, swamp mountain. Tap it for black or red mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Breeding Pool is a rare land, forest island. Tap it for green or blue mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Godless Shrine is a rare land, plains swamp. Tap it for white or black mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Hallowed Fountain is a rare land, plains island. Tap it for white or blue mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Overgrown Tomb is a rare land, swamp forest. Tap it for black or green mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Sacred Foundry is a rare land, mountain plains. Tap it for red or white mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. The main set survey closes with the remaining 2-color lands, and 1 basic land for each color. Steam Vents is a rare land, island, mountain. Tap it for blue or red mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Stomping Ground is a rare land, mountain, forest. Tap it for red or green mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Temple Garden is a rare land, forest plains. Tap it for green or white mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Watery Grave is a rare land, island, swamp. Tap it for blue or black mana. As it enters, you may pay 2 life, otherwise it enters tapped. This dossier includes all 3 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Plains is a common basic land. Tap it to add 1 white mana. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Island is a common basic land. Tap it to add 1 blue mana. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Swamp is a common basic land. Tap it to add 1 black mana. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Mountain is a common basic land. Tap it to add 1 red mana. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Forest is a common basic land. Tap it to add 1 green mana. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Star Trek Commander begins with named leaders, support creatures, combat assistants, and a blue stun spell. Christine Chapel, combat medic, is a rare legendary creature, human doctor. Strange New Worlds, when Christine Chapel enters, you gain life equal to the number of differently named lands you control. Whenever you gain life, put 2+1/+1 counters on Christine Chapel. This dossier includes all 2 imaged printings in the Scryfall snapshot. Captain Kirk, boldly going, is a mythic vigilant officer who gives your spacecraft +3/+3. When he enters or attacks, search your library or graveyard for a basic land or starship enterprise, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle if you search the library. Evasive Maneuvers is a common instant. Target blocking creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Draw a card. Head of Security is a common creature, Andorian Soldier, first strike. Shuttle Crew is an uncommon creature, human officer. Flying. When this creature enters, it deals 4 damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. Sickbay Orderly is a common creature, Cation Doctor, lifelink. Starfleet Crew is a common creature, officer. It has no rules text in this snapshot. Will Riker, assuming command, is an uncommon legendary creature, human officer. When Will Riker enters, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Worf, Chief Tactical Officer, is an uncommon legendary creature, Klingon Warrior Officer. Vigilance. Cryogenic Stasis is a common instant. Tap target creature and put a stun counter on it. Draw a card. This commander group moves through artifact specialists, tempo creatures, graveyard scaling, and compact red damage spells. Exocomp is a common artifact creature, construct. Flying. Kolinar Priest is a common creature, Vulcan Monk. Flash. LaForge, Perceptive Engineer, is a rare vigilant artificer. Tap him to add 1 blue mana that can be spent only on an artifact spell. Pelia, Immortal Innovator, is an uncommon legendary creature, Lanthanite Artificer. When Pelia enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. T'Pol, Vulcan Representative, is an uncommon legendary creature, Vulcan Scientist. When T'Pol enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put 2 stun counters on it. Badgie, Malicious Glitch, is an uncommon legendary artifact creature, Illusion Horror. Whenever Badgie becomes tapped, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Seti Eel is a common creature, Worm. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards, then put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each artifact and slash or creature card in your graveyard. Defense Force Aggressor is a common creature, Klingon Warrior. It has no rules text in this snapshot. Direct Hit is a common sorcery. Direct Hit deals 5 damage to target creature. Jintak Charge is a common sorcery. Jintak Charge deals 2 damage to any target. The next 10 dossiers combine aggressive creatures, colorless removal, and high-rarity legendary creatures with direct combat roles. Kruge, Genesis Seeker, is an uncommon legendary creature, Klingon Officer. Whenever Kruge attacks, Attacking Klingons you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Mek'leth Berserker is a common creature, Klingon Berserker, Menace. Warship Flight Crew is a common creature, Klingon Pilot. It has no rules text in this snapshot. Gorn Captain is a common creature, Gorn Soldier, Trample. Gumato is an uncommon ape beast with vigilance. Tap it to add 3 green mana. Talarian Hook Spider is a common creature, Spider, Reach. Disruptor Pistol is a common artifact. 4, tap, sacrifice this artifact. It deals 5 damage to target creature. Operations Officer is a rare creature, human officer. Lifelink. When this creature enters, draw a card. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Picard, Steadfast Captain, is a mythic legendary creature, human officer. Whenever Picard enters or attacks, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control. Spock, Logical Choice, is a rare vigilant scientist. Tap him to draw a card. The final chapter completes Star Trek Commander, then includes the imaged Stardates card and the human token in the same dated snapshot. Trelane, Squire of Gothos, is a rare legendary creature, Q, Vigilance, Ward 2. Trelane can't be blocked. Bioasset Allocator is a rare artifact creature, Borg. Artifact creatures you control have, whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Borg Queen, Perfection Manifest, is a rare legendary Borg that gives your artifact creatures +2/+0. On entry, assimilate an opponent's graveyard creature. Control it with a +1/+1 counter as a Borg artifact creature that loses its other creature types. Kirk, Enterprising Captain, is a mythic legendary creature, human officer. Menace. Whenever Kirk attacks while creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Klingon Strike Force is a rare creature, Klingon Warrior. Trample, Haste. When this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Benjamin Sisko, Besieged, is a mythic legendary creature, human officer. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands and cast creature spells from the top of your library. Tenacious Tosk is a rare creature, Tosk Rogue. This creature can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Refute is a common instant. Counter target spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Last Gasp is a common instant. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Run Amok is a common instant. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Khan, Engineered Evil, is a special presentation of Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, a mythic legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Human is a common token creature, human. Permanents can't phase in. That completes the Scryfall image snapshot from 2026-08-15. 133 card dossiers, 178 imaged printings, and 178 cached card images. This is a reveal season snapshot, not a claim that no more cards will appear. Card images and rules data are attributed to Scryfall and Wizards of the Coast. The dated local manifest preserves the exact scope shown here.